Alright, welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica, and today we're actually going to learn a song. We're going to learn Black Betty. So why do I spend so much time on little different vamp rhythms and scales and very little time on teaching songs? It's because if you know a lot of different vamping style rhythms and you know a few different scales, it's actually pretty easy to build the song. So for Black Betty, for example, we really just use possibly two different vamps, and then there's sort of two different scale patterns, I guess, sort of maybe three scale patterns as a bit of a variation. But let's hear what we're going to play today. So the reason why I'm doing this one is I'm actually working on this myself. I've got a singer that wants to sing it. So been looking around for a bit of a drum backing track because, I like to sort of use backing tracks when I'm practicing. And I found this really cool thing. It's like a little, from Yanick Drums. It's like beginner drum beat play alongs. They're like sort of practice patterns for drummers. And they've actually got like some different tempo drum loops with 9 different variations on them, all with like a 16th snare. So yeah. What are we going to do, Black Betty? We're going to do something like this. So let's kick it off. Have a listen. 1. Okay, obviously we're not going to do it that fast. There's a lot of different tempos on here. So we're going to pick one that's a little bit more fun to get started with. Okay, so this is down at 90 beats per minute. So what was I doing in there? Okay, few different sort of things. Because I'm playing this with a drum backing track, I'm actually letting like the stick count bring us in. So like click, click, 3, 4. Oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Black Betty had a child, bam-ba-lam. Damn thing gone wild, bam-ba-lam. Is always ready, bam-ba-lam. Oh, rock steady, bam-ba-lam. Oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Whoa, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. Repeat, oh, Black Betty. That's how the song goes. So, sounds like there's heaps of stuff in there. Let's break it down and find out that it's really just a vamp with a couple of different flick patterns off a scale. So, 90 beats per minute. Let's get this back at a more subtle tempo. And the song changes a little bit too, depending on the tempo. So, it's not quite as fast and energetic, this one, a little bit more worky sort of song. Have a listen to the drums. They do something after 4 bars. A little drum accent. So we know sort of where we are within the music. So here's what I'm going to say. Let's get started first off. So what's something that everyone can do? Now my singer wants me to play this so that she knows when to come in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just using holes 1, 2, and 3, breathing in. And I've got a whole 2 bend, double bend coming back up. So wait for the 4. As soon as you hear that little crash, you know where you are in the bar. So stop and go back to the start. So very first thing that we can do, holes 1, 2, and 3 draw, and hole 2 double bend. Okay, so we've got that 1, 1, 1, 1. So, oh, Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. How do we play that part? It starts on hole 4, and it's a hole 4 bend. So it's... So I'm doing hole 4 bend, hole 4 blow, hole 3 half step bend, and then holes 1, 2, and 3, hole 2 bend. So So there's a couple of things I can do on this. For the sort of song that it is, just as a flavour sort of thing, I don't really want a lot of bright, sparkly sort of sounding notes. I've made a choice, because it's only harmonica on this, that I'm going to let the harp do 1, 2 and 3 draws, so like a major chord. I could actually just do hole 1 and 2 to make it sound a little bit darker, just to take away that sparkliness of a major. But for this song, I sort of like that contrast, but I don't want any other sort of sparkly sort of sounds in it. So I don't want to go hole 4 and hole 3 without the bends. Like, for example, I'm not wanting to do this. Let me play it with the bends. Just a little bit darker, a little bit sort of spookier. So that's what I'm sort of looking for. So hole 4, half step bend, hole 4 blow, hole 3, half step bend, hole 2. Then the chord, 1, 2, 3 draw, hole 2 bend. I've got the chord. Okay, so, oh Black Betty, bam-ba-lam, whoa Black Betty, bam-ba-lam, just repeats twice. Now for Black Betty had a child, just go up to hole 3, half step bend. Damn thing gone wild. Hole 2 bend, hole 1. Yeah, so I'll just play that whole sort of section through. So okay, so that's really all there is to it. There's nothing else. There's one more little bit of different vamp that we can add on at the end if we want to. So again, I'm going to run through the song. I'm going to put the little backing track on. I'm going to do that vamp until I hear the cymbals. So I'm going to do 4 of them, and then I'll start with the Whoa Black Betty. So with just those 2 phrases, so the Whoa Black Betty, bam-ba-lam, Whoa Black Betty, bam-ba-lam. The second phrase, Black Betty had a child, bam-ba-lam, damn thing gone wild. Always ready. Oh, rock steady. Whoa Black. Okay, so let's play that one again with the little backing track, just so you sort of hear how they clip together. Oh, back to my start. Nice. So we've just got like a little portion of the, well, it's a blues scale because it's got the flats in it. Now, let me talk a little bit more about this song. So, Black Betty's a very dark song. I'm Australian. I was born in '73, so the Ram Jam version isn't quite my thing. I like Spiderbait. Spiderbait was a massive band when I was growing up, and they do a version of Black Betty. So, it's quite removed from the actual roots of the song, like the blues version, which is like really talking about a whip and slaves. It's not a cool song. So it's a very dark and like bluntly evil song. So I talked a little bit about that before. I don't want a lot of pretty notes in it. It's like I'm already using like the major scale, the 1, 3 and the 5 for my 1 chord. That's as pretty as I want to go. So like I said, I'm not using 4 draw natural. I'm not going. And the other thing that I don't want to do is, you know how I normally vamp, breathe in, breathe out? I do not want any breathing out through the harmonica, that style of vamping. What I'm actually doing is exaggerating it there, I'm getting the wrong notes. But yeah, I'm breathing out. I don't want to breathe out through the harp. And remember, like harmonica, we tend to like, you know, we're sort of picking so that we can play all the time because it's sort of possible because you can play when you breathe in and you breathe out. Most instruments don't do that, like you're either breathing in harmonica or, you know, breathing out, trumpets, you know, saxes, those sort of things. So you can, you know, you don't have to breathe out through the harp. You can take a breath. So every time I'm not playing, I'm sort of letting that air go. So in keeping with that dark sound, I could actually like not use a major chord. I could just use the 1 and the 5. So because I don't specify the major third in that chord, it's a little bit more vague, and because I'm using a lot of bends, it sounds a little bit darker. But I sort of like the contrast a little bit personally. Too bright. Lovely. Okay, so the other thing that you can add in if you want to is in the Spiderbait version, it's got a bit of a banjo at the start where it's going. So instead of the vamp, you can use. So what am I playing? 2 draw, double bend. Down onto the 1. Straight back up to the whole 3 half step bend, then to the 2. So from the start again. I use 3 blow, come back to 2 draw. So it doesn't move around the harp quite as much, so it starts on 2 draw, double bend, goes to 1 draw, goes to 3 draw, bend, 3 blow, 2 draw, start again. Then 4 blow is the rest. So let's kick him off again from the start and see what it sounds like. yeah. So, might sound fairly complex. There's a lot of bits and pieces in this one. It is something that I'm learning to sort of play. But yeah, when you break it down, it's just a vamp with a tiny bit of a scale. So get out there and have some fun.